Well, today, folks, we're down here in Midway, Texas. Now, I don't know if that means we're midway of Texas, because Texas is a heap big state. I'm telling you, you can drive for days in this place and never get across. There's a lot of folks down here growing some deer, and some mighty fine deer. Now, today we here at G&K Whitetails in Midway, Texas, with Mr. Neal, and I'm not going to butcher your last name. Neal, how you pronounce your last name?
Neal with G&K Whitetails.
G&K Whitetails. How long you been doing this, Neal?
We've been doing about 6 years now.
Earlier, I understand you come out of Louisiana and come over here to be a Texan.
Yep, that's where my family's from, Louisiana.
So y'all come over to Texas. What caused you to start doing pin deer instead of just shooting them out of the woods?
We we bought a piece of property about 8 years ago. We just wanted to have some better genetics on our property, and one thing led to another, and we started raising deer to support the ranch, and it's turned into a fun family operation for us. Wife and kids are involved.
I've noticed, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've noticed that with a lot of the deer farmers, the ones up here with the money, and they just stay in their little office and have someone else do all the job. Most of the deer farming is a family operation.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting at. I just went down to South Florida here a while the other week, and him and his wife, they do all of it. He said he recruits the kids in every now and then and get them to help them. It's more of a family thing. Well, I think that's great. I mean, from what I know of it and a little bit that I do on the farm in Georgia, is a heap of work in this stuff. Folks think, sure, all you do is put them in the pen, throw a biscuit out there, and they're good to go. There's a lot of work in it, ain't there?
There's a lot of work. Yep.
Now, years ago, I started coming out here to Texas because people told me, say, well, you got here to Texas, you might sell a feeder or two. I come out here and beat on the bushes for a while. And I talked to your dad one day. He was telling me, now I talked to a lot of people. I ain't going to sit here and lie. Oh, yeah, I remember every word we said. That ain't happening. But anyway, he went back to you. Now, this was 5 or 6 years ago when I first started coming out here, and mentioned the feeder to you, and you rejected him, did you?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that conversation. At the time we were relatively new doing what we were doing.
Yeah.
And truth be told, I didn't know which feeders were going to work for me at the time, so utilize what we had at the time.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not making me mad by saying that, because I would have done the same thing. Is what I'm trying to get at. Trust me, the guru, we use a bunch of junk too before we get decided we come up with a double D. We had spin feeders. That was the thing down in Georgia. Yeah, you got to put up spin feeder. Well, we found out spin feeder weren't nothing but a hog collar.
Yeah.
we come up with these here 15, 20 years ago. We actually did prototype them for 8 years. We didn't know that's what we were doing. We did a bunch of rednecks, put some stuff together, and started feeding deer with it. And hey, it worked. So then we decided to market them and put them out to the world. I know you may not remember exactly, but what led you to finally pick the phone up and call me?
At the end of the day, the further we got into the deer breeding business, the more I wanted to support people that were supporting us. You come out to the deer shows and support our Texas organizations, and I wanted to show my appreciation for that and bought a couple feeders from you. Yeah. Once we got a couple of feeders, I saw what they did. I saw how they operated. I saw what they did in my pens, and now today I've got your feeders in every one of my pens.
You did the what I call it, an IRA for it. I have people all the time, I want to try that one before I buy a bunch of it. I'm like, that's great. Get you 2 of these bad boys, put them out. Because that's what happened to most people. They're not everybody. Now, you're going to have that, they're outliers. They get 1 or 2, and that's all they ever get, because it didn't. I guess it didn't, jump up there and dance or something for them. I don't know why they don't get more, because they do everything we say they do. They feed deer, they stay dry. I mean, they do everything I tell people they will. And I understand when you invest in the money, you have to invest in these feeders. It's hard for people to jump out there and spend $20,000-$30,000 right off the bat, not knowing. You told me a story. I got to bring this one in here, because I thought when you told me it was kind of hilarious. Your foreman this summer, you made a comment to her, you were going to get rid of the feeders, and she let you know right quick what the time of day it was. Do you remember that?
Yeah, my staff here does love the feeders here. They do love the feeders. They're easy to fill. They stay dry when it's rainy, and we get a lot of rain and wind out here. The does and the fawns, as you can see in the video, they love it.
they see feed in the double D, they got to go get it. I tell people, you put that sticker on there and them deer coming. They know that's a double D. Well, Neal, I tell you what, this is a beautiful place you got. Now, we chose inside, folks, because number one, it's beautiful in here. You got some beautiful animals on the wall, and it's about 190 degrees outside. That's kind of why we come inside.
That's not too much of an exaggeration.
Well, a little bit, but I have to tell you something. Being out here and being back home in Georgia, our humidity is worse than y'all's.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If the temperature was what it is outside here right now, you couldn't walk to your scooter without your shirt being wet.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's for another day. And like I say, I do appreciate everything, Mr. Neal. And I know you done filled all your pins up. Maybe down the road you'll get back some of these other people who need 2 feeders for each pin. So you never know. We thank you very much, and hopefully everything you make a bunch of money selling these deer.
Thank you, sir.